I'll just give you the answer, and you guys can write it down. Right, exactly. So clever. Okay, the standard definition, SD, System of American Television using 525 scan lines is?
NTSC.
Nice. Okay, 720, 1080p, or 1080i refers to what?
Lines of resolution.
Perfect. How many frames per second does video run in non-drop frame mode?
24 frames. No. Oh. No, 24 frames is cinematic.
Well, you have a study guide. I'm giving you the real questions.
It's 30. It's
Like literally the
30
questions
frames.
I'm asking are straight from the test.
Oh, okay.
So as you hear me shout it out, if it's something you don't know, you can write it down on your study guide.
Okay.
So if you follow your study guide, this is the stuff you go through your notes and you can kind of piece things together, but I'm giving you the actual question right now.
Hi, how are you?
Hello? Okay.
30 frames.
30, yes. There are 30, and the question was, how many frames per second does video run in non-drop frame mode? The answer is 30. Okay, time code is expressed in? Give you a hint. HH, MM,
Oh, hours, minutes, and
seconds, and frames.
Frames.
Yep, so HH, MM, SS, FF. That's the time code. Okay, there are two safety boxes on a television screen. Can you get a dry erase? Because this is a diagram, one of the very few you will have on your test. Okay, so we've got this one, and then the one inside of it. What is this one? Do you know?
oh,
One on the outside.
yes, that's the that's the
Give you a hint. The one on the inside is title. So it's title safe. The one on the outside is, I know it's a lot of pressure to have the instructor who taught you. You're standing right here.
I'm like, guys,
it's okay, they got it. It's broadcast.
Broadcast.
Broadcast. Now there's an actual diagram on your test, so just be aware, broadcast is outside, title is inside. Okay, the blank is responsible for the content of a program.
One of those, please.
Yeah, sure. That's the study guide. So I'm just reading the actual questions, but you can take notes on the study guide. So the blank is responsible for the content of a program.
program director.
Here, let me make it easier because that's radio, good call. But for TV, if there's somebody putting the program together, it's the producer. Good job. And then the blank is the person responsible for the actual production of the show. Right above the producer. Director. Good job. Okay, the board used to select video sources, effects, and transition is called, we have one in our control room.
Soundboard.
No? Think about it. The video sources are what? That's your camera angles, right? So if you're selecting a camera angle, what are you selecting that on in the control room? I know you guys know this, I'm not giving it to you. What's the equipment in the control room? You have the teleprompter, you have the switcher, and what is the switcher used for?
Go from camera A to camera B.
To select video sources, effects, and transition. So the answer to that one is switcher. Now on the switcher, there is something that allows you to dissolve or wipe between two video sources. No one ever gets this because we don't even think of it. We think of it as like a lever almost, but there's an actual name for the lever on the switcher. I'll give it to you because I guarantee you no one knows it. It's the fader. So on the switcher is the lever. Is that what you would call it, a lever?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called a fader, and it's the actual thing you pull down that allows you to dissolve or wipe between the two video sources. Okay, to make sure the program has the best possible audio, the audio technician must conduct what? This is not just for TV. This is also if you're in a band, doing a
Doing
concert,
an audio check.
an audio check, a sound check, a mic check. Whether you put mic check, sound check, audio check on your test, I will accept all three answers. All three are correct. It's the same theory. All right, when the director calls ready one, the technical director puts camera one online. True or false? Think about the false. Right, because if you're going to put camera one online, what are you yelling? Not ready one. Hey, creep.
Hey, what's up? Live one?
Take one. That's what we usually do, right, Carlos? Take one. Ready one? That means get ready. If you're a camera operator and somebody says ready your camera, you're making sure your camera's got a good shot, because when they say take camera one, that's when your camera's going live. We'll catch you up, creep. No worries.
Okay. Yeah,
We're
I'll
only
second
on number
topic.
11. Oh, I gotta get another study guide. Let me yell at Angie. Yeah, you wanna just have Angie make a copy for that? Please, thank you so much, Carlos. Okay, inserting a graphic over video is called A, key, B, CG, C, super, D, all the above, or E, none of the above. Inserting a graphic over video is called, okay, anybody else?
Overlay.
All of the above.
All of the above. D, all the above. It's called a key, it's called a CG, it's called a super, it's all the above. Okay, camera control units, CCUs, are used to set A, the iris, B, the pedestal, C, the white balance, D, all the above, or E, none of the above. Has anybody ever actually looked at a CCU? Okay, that's what's in the control room that actually has a monitor view of the camera angle. And then right below it, there's a whole bunch of buttons to do iris, to auto white balance. So that's a CCU. It controls all of the information for that one camera. That's why we have two cameras. There's two CCUs in there, and then a third one, which you can look at both in. So the answer to that one is D, all of the above. The camera control units are used to set the iris, the pedestal, the white balance, all of the above. Thank you, Carlos.
Yeah.
The person in the studio relaying calls from the director is the,
Studio director.
Floor manager.
yeah, I would take
Floor
floor
director.
manager, floor
Floor director.
director. Yeah, floor director is the most common term. I'd probably take all the above. When you guys are doing your, when I'm grading your tests, I give half credit on points. If it looks like your spelling wasn't quite there, you had the right idea, but the answer's not there. If I can get a feel that you know what it is, I'll give you half credit. Okay, the piece of equipment that displays the script in front of the camera lens is
Teleprompter.
teleprompter. Yep, that's what helps Barack Obama looks like he's speaking to our soul, because he's making eye contact while he's reading. Okay, now moving the camera left to right is called
Pan.
pan. Moving the tripod pedestal in closer or further. Zoom.
No.
No. Tripod pedestal in closer or further. So you're not zooming, this is on the actual camera. Dolly. Right?
Dolly in, dolly out.
Uh,
Assuming you're using the lens, the electronic, but when you're dollying, it goes organically.
moving the camera up and down. Tilt. Moving the tripod left or right. Close. Did you say track?
Drag.
Nope.
Pan?
That's
No.
truck. Yep, moving the tripod left or right is truck. Now making the subject larger or smaller in the frame, the focal length of the lens is, easy one, zoom. Yep. Okay. What three things do you need to do every time you set up to shoot a scene? Okay, I'm going to give you all the options. A, iris, white balance, shotgun mic. B, tripod, lavalier mic, tape. C, white balance, iris, focus. D, shotgun mic, iris, white balance. C, you want a white balance, you want an iris, and you want a focus. Make sure your shot's good. Okay, white balance, adjust the camera based on the blank of light being used.
Type. Or intensity of light.
Amount.
No, it's the color of light.
Color, there you go. White balance adjusts the camera based on the color of light being used. The iris adjusts the camera based on the, somebody already yelled it out,
Exposure.
amount of light being used. So white balance adjusts the
Color temperature.
camera based on the color of light being used, and iris adjusts the camera based on the amount of light being used. Okay. To properly focus the camera, you must first,
Zoom all the way in.
you got it, yep, then focus, yep. Now, that's a really good, if you guys ever take the camera out for the day, that's a really fun exercise to go out and do. If you ever wondered how people got those really cool shots in the video of everything out of focus and then all of a sudden it becomes in focus, it's great for promotional videos. That's that trick right there, so you can go out and play with it. Phantom power powers the DV camera without the need for a battery. True or false?
False.
False.
Yeah.
Now, we do have the little packs that go into the camera, right where the battery go. They plug into a wall unit. We always say bring one of those on location because if you ever do run out of battery and you need to, you can always plug in. But it actually connects through the charger and then into the spot where the battery goes. So you have to choose either one or the other. Either go from the wall or use a battery. Okay, when setting audio levels, the meter should be peaking between
10 and 12.
6 and 9. 6 and 10.
We got all different numbers here.
Okay.
I have 0 and 12, but there's also 60 to 80, which is what I've seen before. I'll accept either of those, 0 to 12 or 60 to 80. The sound associated with your B-roll is called?
Ambient noise.
What's ambient noise?
It's like AC
atmosphere.
Right, exactly.
And the
Background noise.
Background noise, ambient. Yeah, so the sound associated with your B-roll is called your natural sound, your
A
nat
natural.
sound. Yep, nat sound. What will help ensure you come back with good audio? There's so many answers to this one.
Making sure your levels look good and
Yeah, well, looking at the
yeah,
camera
like,
for
yeah,
levels.
before you start recording.
Put on headphones.
Mm.
Double check it. Watch it first, then go and record
Making
more.
sure you hold the microphone
Mic
close.
placement, yeah, all these things, mic check, all these things I'll accept as a right answer.
Using a windscreen.
Well, that would be thorough, yes. A script gives a brief description of the shots on a tape and the time code of where the shots are located. True or false? Let's think about a script.
Can you repeat that?
It says a script gives a brief description of the shots on a tape and the time code of where the shots are located. True or false?
False.
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 Why? What does that? That's not a script.
It's
A log sheet,
log
right? Have
sheet.
you guys worked with log sheets before? A log sheet is what tells you the time code. That's what tells you the description of the shots. A script
It's to
is
be read.
exactly right, what you
It's to
would
be
think
read.
it is. It's to be read. It has the lines. It has more of the, the cues for people in production, but it definitely is not going to give you time code. Let's see. The small pieces of your interviews that you choose to use are called
Sound bites?
sound bites. Good job. All right, the 5 basic steps in putting a program together and a correct order to do them in. I'm going to actually give you this because I don't know if you necessarily would know these. So I have shoot, screen, write, record, edit. Would you find those accurate? Shoot, screen, write, record, and edit.
Yeah, I will add, because we've been talking about that, is in pre-production, when you plan before you go to shoot. I think that's just as important as going out and getting your stuff together.
For sure.
Your pre-production is just as important as going shooting, writing your story.
Yeah, you always want to shoot to edit. Only be shooting what you need. Never want to have to go through hours of footage just to get something that you could have planned in advance. Hello, hop in. We're doing our review. Okay, so shoot, screen, write, record, edit. Those are the 5 steps. Okay, in a 3-point editing, you use blank and blank out to mark your footage. It literally says this on Premiere, so I won't take any excuses on this one.
Mark in, mark out.
In and mark out. You got it. So that's in a 3-point editing, you use mark in and mark out to mark your footage. And those marks are used for identifying which part of the shot you want to use or modify. Okay. In non-linear editing, you can only have 1 video track and 2 audio tracks. True or false?
False.
False. Good. In Premiere Pro, how do you access your digital media?
From your bins.
Yeah, from your